Hello friends, it's me, Literal Cream, and I have a story time for you all that literally just happened. Like, it's not quite literally just because it was an hour ago, but it happened quite very recently, literally. And I had a bunch of other ideas. I was going to put something else out, but this just happened, so I'm going to share with you all right now. Okay, so you gotta take, no, that's just a nipple. I was on my way home from my friend's house, and I left like 12 o'clock at night. It's like 1 in the morning right now. So I was leaving at 12. I'm like 10 minutes into the drive, about to head up this big hill, when I smell like burning rubber. That's what it smelled like, burning exhaust. I wasn't sure. And anyway, so I start to get to the top of the hill. There's a car off to the right. There's two cars off to the right, and then there's a car kind of parked in the middle of the road. And I'm like, well, what's going on? Did someone hit a deer? Why are we moving? Why is everyone stopped? And I saw someone get out of their car and start like walking over to like the side of the road, and then the car that's parked in the middle of the road, someone else starts getting out of that one, and then I can see that there's a car accident. The car had flipped over onto its side. I was looking at the bottom of the car. I couldn't see the driver's side. And it had just happened like 30 seconds ago. It was so fresh. And I'm like, what do I do? The police weren't even there yet. And I saw people running out of the house next door to see what was up, what happened. And I couldn't tell if the people I was seeing got out of the car, if there's still people in the car. I couldn't tell. I wasn't sure. And so I'm just rubbernecking, man hard. I'm like, do I get out of the car? Do I see if they need help? What do I do? Like, I'm just rubbernecking, being a passive bystander. So I'm just like sitting there in the car. And if this had just been like a little fender bender, probably would have just turned around and left. They're blocking my way home, but I could have taken a detour. But this was like a massive car accident. I'm like, am I going to see Porsche Girl 2.0? I don't know. I'm not saying I don't condone these things. I don't want them to happen. It's bad. I didn't want anyone to die. But if someone did die, if someone was really hurt, like, I wanted to witness it. I wanted to be there to smell the blood, to see the bones. I wanted to see it. Truthfully, I can admit that I have this fascination with that sort of thing. And again, I don't condone it. I don't want it to happen. But I kind of wanted to witness it. So anyways, so that's why I stayed in the car instead of just turning around. And then someone called the police, and I see a police officer coming up the road. Then another one, so there's like two police officers, and one of the cars that was there before me actually turned around and left. I don't know if they talked to the cops or not. So I'm just waiting in my car for a while, and then like an ambulance comes up and a fire truck. Okay, now I'm kind of curious. I want to see what's up. So I get out of my car and I see a firefighter, and his face looks distraught, like, you know, I didn't know if he was distraught, if it was just tired. He's got resting bitch face. I don't know, but it looked heavy, like he'd seen some heavy shit. So I was like, oh my God, did someone die? And in that instant, when I saw his face, and I thought it was a face of like, oh my God, I've seen so much shit on this job. Like, I was really hoping that I wasn't going to see Porsche Girl 2.0. Truthfully, you know, it's one thing to say like, oh yeah, I'd love to witness something like that, see something really horrific. But then when you actually think you're about to witness it, my thoughts did change there for a minute. But the kid was actually fine, to my knowledge. There was only one kid in the car. He got out on his own, and the ambulance came. They put him in the ambulance, no broken bones or anything, to my knowledge. Like, he looked fine, but they're gonna take him away anyways, make sure he's okay. So anyways, like, as I got out of my car, the guy that's in the middle of the road comes up to me, and he looks to be around, probably in his 20s, like 19 to 24, somewhere in that span, like a young adult. And he comes up to me, he's like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm just thinking, what? Like, yeah, like I pulled up behind you. And he goes to give me a hug. And normally I don't hug strangers, but I didn't know if this guy just witnessed his friends get decapitated or something. Because right when this was happening, I didn't know the other guy was okay. I didn't know the people were fine. So I just gave him a hug because he was like, are you okay? Are you okay? And goes to give me a hug. And I'm like, yeah, like, did you know these people? Were they your friends? Like, are you okay? And he's like, oh no, I didn't know them. Like, I'm fine. I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, I just got here like a minute after you did, I think. He's like, oh, okay, where are you from? Where are you from? And I'm like, oh, the next town over. I was on my way home. He's like, oh, really? Are you sober? And I just give him this look like, yeah, I'm sober. Are you? And he goes, no, not really. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So this kid, now I'd already seen him talking to the police, giving them a statement or whatever. Before I got in my car, this kid was drinking and driving, which in itself is so stupid. If you want to go off and kill yourself, fine, go ahead. It's your life, it's your choice. But when you're putting innocent people's lives at risk just because of your own dumb choices, drinking and driving, putting other lives at risk. And, I want to say, like, if he had half a brain, when he saw the accident, he would have turned around, but I know he didn't have half a brain because he was drinking and driving. And so he stayed there when the cops arrived, visibly intoxicated. His pupils were huge. I don't know if it was just if he'd done drugs or if it's just alcohol. I wasn't sure. And then the cops came up to me and they were just asking what I knew, like if I had seen anyone else in the car. They were like, did anyone else get out and run? I said, no, I don't think so. I only saw a couple people, from the house and just like two others. So they're trying to figure out if there's other people in the car, maybe they were drunk and maybe they left. I don't know. But as he's talking to me, this kid is like, so where are you from? Where are you headed? Cool. He's trying to pick me up. Trying to pick up a complete stranger in a car accident. What the fuck? You guys ask me all the time, how do you encounter so many strange people? Why do you always get these strange messages? And for the most part, I can kind of give you an answer. I'm like, oh, well, I'm putting myself out on the internet, so I understand why I get some strange people. But, just going about my day in a car accident, and some drunk kid is trying to pick me up. I don't know how I happened to encounter that strange fella. Please don't ask me why I always encounter these people. I don't know. I have no idea. It just happens to me and I can't explain it. So this kid is trying to pick me up, asking me where are you from? Where are you going? Giving me a hug. And at first I just gave him a hug back because I thought, oh, maybe he just seen his friends get in a car wreck. But nope. Just some drunk kid trying to pick up a complete stranger at someone else's misfortunate event. Okay, so I gave the cops my information and they're like, yeah, you can leave. So as I was sitting back to my car, I'm like, oh, is everyone okay? Did anyone get hurt? And they're like, no, it's just the one kid. He's fine. And then I go, do you know if anyone's drinking and driving? And they're like, oh, not the guys in the car that flipped over. But this guy over here that was parked in the middle of the road, yep, he's intoxicated. What a fucking idiot. If you're gonna make poor choices, go ahead and make poor choices. But when you're making them at someone else's expense, innocent lives, I really can't say I have that much sympathy when it's oh, this drunk driver crashed into a tree and died. R.I.P. 40 blank. By the way, he wasn't driving. But when it's oh, this drunk driver crashed into a family of 4, killed all of them, but he's fine. It's just, come on, man. So stupid. And I want to say I can't believe his stupidity to not leave the scene where he's drunk. He doesn't even know these people. He's not involved. So why didn't he just leave? You must know the cops are gonna show up. You must know that they're gonna realize you're drunk. So you didn't even have half a brain to leave. So who knows what's gonna happen to that kid? He'll probably get a DUI or some shit. I mean, that's good. But I can't fathom the stupidity behind that. I really can't. Not just the fact that you were drinking and driving, Not just the fact that you tried to pick up some complete stranger, but the fact that you were doing all that and decided it would be a good idea to stay and talk to the cops. Boy, you gotta be fucked up. So, anyways, that was my story. That just happened. Oh, and can I add one more thing? When the cops are like asking me what I had seen, and every time I'm trying to be like, oh yeah, I think I just saw one person. They're like, oh, there was only one guy. Was there another person in the car? I'm like, they didn't let me speak. This is like exactly the same type of thing that happened when I was reporting that guy to the police in my other video that I talked about. Just not being given that chance to speak. Like, they're specifically asking me what I saw, and every time I try and tell them what I saw, they just kind of talk over me. Like, what the fuck, man? What? Maybe that's a little daily dose of sexism. I love it. I love being a woman. I love being a woman. I love being a woman. You can't even talk to the cops and tell them you just witnessed an accident without getting spoken over, without getting listened to, without getting hit on by a complete stranger. I love being a woman. I love being a woman, you guys. I love being a fucking woman. So anyways, that was my story that just happened to me. Hope you enjoyed it. See y'all later. Bye.